Here we go.
Yes.
Here we fucking go. I gotta send you this meme I saw the other day. It's just this guy. It's a cartoon thing, just staring at his laptop, just screaming to himself, "Here you go. Here we fucking go," trying to get pumped up for his meaningless job in front of his laptop. That was 100% fucking me today. So, pumped to be talking to you, brother, because today
Hold
sucked.
on. I give you credit, first of all, that you have the energy and a shred of motivation to do that little pump up speech. I actually admire that, man. It's better than me rolling out of bed in my fucking jammies in a fucking state of depression. And I just don't even try. I don't even try anymore.
Yeah, you know, I'm eventually gonna get there, but I don't know. So let's just fucking go. I mean, we got a lot to talk about, but I'll start off here. Whistle Pig Piggyback 6-year 100% rye is what I'm drinking. Brand new bottle. Probably gonna be gone by the end of the podcast. What are you drinking?
Whistle Pig Piggyback. Hold on. What's the piggyback all about?
I don't know. That's like their normal stuff. Whistle Pig Piggyback 100% rye, aged 6 years in a small batch pot distilled.
No kidding. I never knew that the piggyback was just part of their thing. I always just heard of Whistle Pig. I'm not a big Whistle Pig. I don't drink it often, but I learned something new today. Piggyback.
Yeah. Knowledge is power, brother. Knowledge is power.
I hear you. I hear you. So, JB, I got going on right now a little bit of Angel's Envy. Not the rye, got the bourbon going on. That is one of the best bourbons I have ever had. Now, it gets a lot of hate, right? They're going to say, how are you going to take a bourbon and finish it in a fucking wine barrel? Look, I get it, but I'm all about it. I'm all about it, dude. And you know that I have to reserve the rye for very special occasions. So I got the bourbon going on tonight, man.
I like it. I like it. Huge fan of that. Huge fan of that. So let's jump into it because we got a good amount to cover.
Yeah, we do.
So on tap tonight, we're just going to talk about last week and say what the fuck happens. We'll recap a little Chili Peppers at Fenway, get right into fight night, week 2 picks for NFL, and then week 3 college football. Going to skip Survivor this week just for the sole fact of there's no UFC fight on next week. So we'll dive deeper into that next week. You know, for all the subscribers that tuned in for Survivor, tune in next week.
Hey, hold on. Keep it on this background right now because it's very fitting. We're not going to talk about Survivor. That's fine, right? But can we talk for just 10 seconds about your week 1 experience with Survivor? No. I mean, look, it's only right that we address it. It's only right that you face the music to this background. And just Joe Rogan style, Booth. Tell me how you feel right now in this moment.
You know, I felt better, Joey. You know, I pulled the Survivor picks out this week that, you know, in the hope you were going to forget about this with all the other shenanigans this weekend, and you didn't. So fuck you.
How could I? Come on.
Titans losing to the Giants. It's absurd. And the fact that the Titans could have won it and he missed the fucking kick, like, I am selling the Titan stock out of Survivor week 1. Solid love, solid place to be. Only thing I'll say is, and this is not a consolation prize, a lot of the pools I'm in, there's not a lot of people left.
I saw some shit. All kinds of Survivor League, vendors, third-party hosters of leagues are like, what the fuck happened week 1? This is unprecedented.
Like, again, you talk about San Fran losing to the Bears.
Right.
You talk about the mighty Colts, who I think we were both pretty high on.
Absolutely.
They tied with the Texans.
How about the Bengals dropping one to the Steelers?
Yeah, I mean, it was, you know, we said last week, weird shit happens in week 1, and I don't think anything else weirder could have happened. I'll give you credit. Going against the Jets is always smart. Worked out well.
Exactly.
Those are basically the only people who are left in Survivor pools, I think, at this point, with all the shenanigans that happened. And I will give you credit on the Dolphins pick. I'm going to caveat it with that. I don't think it's that the Dolphins are that good. I think it's that the Patriots are that bad.
You might be spot on with that. I hope you're not.
I hope I'm not too.
With that. I hope you're not right, man, because that's going to be a tough fucking season for the Pats, man. But we'll see what the Dolphins are made of. We'll get into week 2, playing the Ravens in week 2. That's going to be a telling matchup. But hey, look, JB, you've done right. You fessed up. You have faced the music. So I say we move on.
All right. So that was week 1. Clearly not a good game. Oh, Only other thing I'll say is fucking same game parlay I had. All I needed was Derrick Henry to get in the fucking end zone.
What did you have in the same
He
game?
not score a touchdown.
Ah, yeah. Hilliard tore it up, bro.
I know.
His backup stole the shine.
It's just last fucking thing we'll say here, right? Like Cowboys are the only team that didn't score a touchdown in week one.
Yeah.
And Dak is now out for how long? I think the last I heard was 6 to 8 weeks. I mean, there goes their fucking
Yes.
season.
Yeah, 6 to 8 weeks. I'll tell you one thing. I loved this before the season started, and I love it even more now, man. The Eagles own the NFC East, bro. Own it. I think Cowboys are going to be battling the Giants for the last spot in the division. And you know what? I love it. I love seeing it. I like it. I enjoy it, JB.
I do. I'm high on the Eagles as well. I will say though, I'm also high on those Lions, man. They did not go down quietly in week one, and I think they're going to
No.
be again. They're probably not going to make the playoffs. They're probably not going to win the division. They are going to be a problem for teams, though. There's going to be a couple good teams that drop a game to the Lions that they shouldn't.
Yeah, they're fun to watch, man. They
Yeah.
come to scrap. They come to play, man. They're fun to watch.
So with that, let's put a bow on week one. We'll try survive again. I'll still go through Survivor as if I'm still alive. You know, if week one's the only week I lose, even though I win no money, I'd say that's pretty good. But let's jump into the shit show that was UFC 279 here, real quick.
Oh God, yeah, dude. What the fuck? What actually happened? What
All
actually
I
happened?
know is I got the fucking update on my phone that Kazmat missed weight, and I
Mm-hmm.
read it, missed weight. Okay, whatever, not that big a deal. Then I see by 7.5 fucking pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, he didn't try at all.
No.
It was cool how it all played out, in my opinion, because I feel like we were finding things out real time with like Twitter and Instagram. And it was like fighters were like posting, I'll do this if we get 5 rounds. I'll do this if we sign the money, blah, blah, blah. That was cool. I don't
I
buy
think
the
that's
excuse.
Well, yeah, that's one of the wildest things now about social media, JB, isn't it? Like when shit goes down and people are just craving information or news or whatever. We don't turn the TV on and watch the news or watch Sports Center for an update, right? Like that's no way. It's
No.
crazy how shit is just flying every which way in terms of information and how quick that all unfolded. I want to say, well, look, I know people have different opinions of was the whole thing set up? Was there some shenanigans? JB, you and I were talking about Diaz versus Kamzat. This fight shouldn't happen. It
No.
can't happen. And then what do you know? It doesn't happen. But I gotta say, I'm not one of those people who thinks it was set up from the start. I'm just not one of them. I think these UFC fighters are out to get this. They're out to get paid. They don't care about, the general cause of the UFC, which is why they can't come together and fight real things like fighters pay. They're very, individual focused fighters just looking to make some money. So I don't buy the conspiracy shit, man. What about you?
I don't buy the conspiracy thing. What I will say is I've lost a lot of respect for Chimaev and that I'm going to root against him in every fight
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. For sure.
To come in like the health issue was that he was cutting too quickly, so they told him. So there wasn't an underlying health issue why he couldn't get there. Quite frankly, I think he thought he could beat Diaz with his eyes closed. Maybe he could
Yep.
have, and he didn't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree. And
what
yeah,
I
I'll tell you this. I think he's a better bad guy, to be honest.
Oh, he
I
is.
think
He's the
he's a
Razor Ramon of
much
UFC
yeah.
now. He's the
Yeah.
bad guy. Yeah, yeah.
I think he's much better at that, and I think if he has a brain, he's going to recognize that he's struck gold now as the bad guy. I don't give a fuck. He's going to have limited English, just going to talk about killing his opponents, play with the crowd. I think that's his future, and I think he'll be damn good at it. And he's a damn good fighter as well. But I think he's a great bad guy.
But what I don't buy, and again, I buy most of the story here, but what I don't buy is, oh, we called a doctor because he was having issues, and then we had to told him to stop cutting weight. Like cutting weight is not good for your health, period.
No.
All those people that were cutting weight were probably having the same fucking symptoms he was. Maybe his were more severe. Maybe I'll give him that, especially if he had to get down in a lot of weight. But I don't buy the whole health issue excuse. Like, just call it what it is. He's fucked up. He didn't give a shit. He thought he didn't care about this fight whatsoever. He knew he was going to have to wait for another bigger fight. So he just said, kind of fuck it. Like, to think that you can go into a fight 7.5 pounds overweight and then cut it within 48 hours, you're an asshole.
Well, hey, look, liability, my man. Liability. Dude, fighters have been doing that for decades in the UFC, bruh. It's liability. And I tell you, want to know who's at fault here? Begins with the big D, and that is motherfucking Disney. I'm telling you, man. You cannot have the UFC rolling up into ESPN, rolling up into Disney, taking on that kind of liability. What you said is spot on. What happens there before those fights is extremely unhealthy and oftentimes dangerous, right? They
Yeah.
can't take that liability of some shit happening in Disney getting sued. They know what they've invested in the UFC, and there's a few things that they could probably get into trouble for. And that's one of them, man. That's what I think. Just the fact they've never introduced doctors at all in the history of the UFC until recently, right? I think it's going to be bad news, and you're going to start seeing more of this, right? Because when
Yeah.
you're cutting weight, bro, bring it back to my old wrestling days, dude, you are not feeling good. You're not. So if you voice that, or if you just look like shit, the company's going to feel obligated to get a doctor involved. And it's bad news, man. Hopefully this doesn't become a trend, but we'll see.
Yeah. So anyway, that was the what the fuck weekend. I will caveat. I think me and Joey were both a little banged up and watching the main card because
Oh God, yeah.
we had come, and I'm, just to be clear, we're not promoting really anyone here, but the Red Hot Chili Peppers put on one
Oh
fucking
damn,
hell of a show.
absolutely.
It was definitely cool because I mean, obviously, seeing a concert in Fenway Park's cool. The atmosphere was awesome. Weather was amazing. I just forgot how many good fucking songs they had. Every
Absolutely.
song they played, I was like, "This is a fucking hit! Holy shit!"
Yeah, what I was most impressed with, JB, was aside from the hits, dude, and it was just nonstop. Maybe there was one song, one or two max, that I wasn't all that familiar with. But what I was most impressed with these guys, besides their physique, of course, shirts off, looking all jacked up. Much respect at that age, bro. But most impressed with like the improvisation in between songs. These dudes were just riffing, drummer losing his mind on the drums, getting all kinds of solos in between songs. That was pure entertainment, man. I thought that they crushed it.
They did, and I will just say the light show was fucking fantastic as well. I don't know if it was our seats. I mean, clearly you can see for those watching the YouTube video. I mean, our seats were kind of perched up high. Those lights were just fucking fantastic. And for those that are watching, we got Boston Brews Bets koozies. So
Oh
become a
yeah,
become a subscriber and all that. Shoot us a little message, and maybe I'll send you a koozie or two. Um,
absolutely,
but yeah,
absolutely.
awesome show. Another thing that made it great, Sondier. And here's where I'm gonna try to get a
Oh
plug. So
yeah,
Sondier, if you're listening, hook a brother up here.
right.
Place was awesome. I think it's called Sondier Pierce 101 or Pierce Boston or something like that. Literally down the street from Fenway Park.
Yeah,
It was amazing. It's an apartment. It's not a hotel. Was a great place to hang out before the concert, after the concert. When we walked out and everyone was scrambling to the T or the commuter rail, it was like up 2 steps and we're in an apartment building and this is where we are to watch UFC. So highly recommend it. And Sondier, if you want to sponsor us, give me a call. Give me a call.
absolutely, JB. Go for it, man. Shoot your shot. I'll tell you one thing better than the location, which is prime, is the fucking game room they got in this place. The common area game room has, like, we're talking old school arcades, even Atari machines. There was Pac Man, bro. Straight up Pac Man on Atari with an overlooking like the Boston skyline. That is a unique experience in its own, bro.
Yeah, this place. This place was jet, so I appreciate the guy who recommended it to me. But yeah, Sondier, hit me up. Come on, let's get a little promo thing going here.
Give him a koozie, bro.
Yeah, Kuzi will definitely get it done, right? That's all I really want. All right, so we've kind of debriefed on everything that was last week. So let's talk about this week.
Oh yeah.
I'll say, I don't know. I'm gonna say mediocre card as we go
Hangover.
through it.
It's a
Yeah,
hangover
exactly.
of a card, JB.
And it's a card that we have, and then we don't have a fight week. Like, if I'm just being honest, I'm sitting here counting days until the next pay per view on October 22nd, when that card is just fucking
Oh
lights
god.
out.
Bonkers.
So I think I'm sitting here for that, and this is what I'm about to see. Then knowing I have a week off, not super super pumped about it, but let's see if we got anything here. If there's anything we can talk about, um, I guess we're gonna keep it to, if we don't have a pick, we don't have a play. We're just gonna say, yeah, no, fuck this fight. If we do, we'll go into a little bit more detail. This Nicholas versus Van Camp fight, I got nothing. I'm not a huge Van Camp fan, and I'm gonna stay away from it. I'm not even gonna pick a winner here. You got anything?
No, I'm with you on this one, JB. First fight of the prelims. Let's make sure we're situated with our beers. Make sure the tone is set properly. We got a nice spot on the couch, bro. That's how I'm going to spend my time in this fight.
I like it. I like it. Tony Gravely versus Javid Bassarat.
Yeah,
What are your
nice.
thoughts here? Anything?
I like Gravely, man. He's a little tank. The dude is a little tank, man, and I like him. He's got KO power, and he comes out guns blazing in the first round. And that's the guy's fighting unproven. I don't he doesn't have nearly as much experience as Gravely. So I mean, he's a contender series guy. He's had one fight in the UFC and he won by unanimous decision. But I mean, like, Gravely's a vet. Not only is he a vet, but dude packs some power. I must be missing something here, JB, for Gravely to be a plus 140 dog here. I must be missing something. Got to stay away from it from a betting perspective. Maybe check that first round KO prop and see if it is tasty enough, but otherwise, stay away.
Stay away from the tasty. That didn't work out last time. We did that. Yeah, confirming Gravely is underdog here. I don't know enough about this other guy. To your point, he's a contender series guy. I think he's got one UFC fight over Giles, who's on this card later. He beat him.
No, that's Trevin Giles, bro.
Yeah, isn't he on this card though later?
Yeah, Giles is on this card. He beat Trevin Jones. Jones and Giles, 5-star.
That whiskey's hitting real quick. Apparently, I just think Trevin.
Well, hey, that night he's young.
This guy's name is the Snow Leopard.
He's an up-and-coming dude. Yeah, he is. But look, hey, Tony Gravely's no fucking joke, man.
Yeah, again, probably staying away from it. But if you do like a dog parlay or something like that for a little sprinkle, I could see him. I wouldn't really fuck with anything. Maybe just the plus 140. If he gets up above plus 150, he might be worth sprinkling something on here. But I'm with you right now. Not on the card, potentially in a parlay piece.
Yeah, for sure.
Maria Agapova versus Jillian Robertson. My pick in bet is Jillian Robertson.
Yeah,
a lot of money on Jillian Robertson. She's a Canadian fighter, so I don't know how you're behind her.
I know.
I'll stick with it. I don't feel good about it, so I may not actually bet it, but I also don't like that she's a dog. Yeah, Jillian Robertson's my pick. What do you got here?
Good. I'm also with Jillian. Might roll with her by sub, my man. Look, I know she's I like her, actually. Okay, is she ever going to fight for a belt? Or at least anytime soon? No. Same with most up-and-coming Canadian fighters. Oh, man, I'm hating on them too bad, bro. But anyway, Jillian Robertson, I like her, and I like her by sub. Why? Maria Agapova is a psycho. She is psychotic, bro. The last fight she had, I remember, was Marina Moroz. It was shortly after when the Ukraine conflict started. It was like a couple weeks after that or something. And she fought hard. She cried after. I mean, she destroyed her. She subbed her. And I guess they had trained together before. I think Maria Agapova presents well. She comes out with all this energy, all this confidence. She's batshit crazy, which is great for a fighter. But when she faces somebody who's a better mixed martial artist than her, she loses. That's what happened with Marina Moroz. Shayna Dobson, she got knocked out. So when she loses, she gets finished. I think Jillian Robertson has more technique. I think she's a better MMA fighter. And I'll take her. I'm going to definitely pick her, bro, but I'm going to look at that sub prop as well. I think Maria Agapova probably does not have a future in the UFC.
Now you're saying that. I really like that sub prop. I'm just looking at her wins. I mean, she's got, if I'm doing my math right here, 10 wins, 1 by KO, 7 sub, and 2 decisions.
Yeah, Agapova's just crazy, man. She makes mistakes nonstop. And I think Jillian Robertson, she can capitalize on that.
I like it. What I like more is the nicknames in this fight. It's the Demon Slayer versus the Savage. If you told me that was a chick fight, I'd not believe you just based off those nicknames. So that's what I like out of all this. But I do like Jillian Robertson. The sub prop has got me a little more intrigued that you mentioned that. But I don't think the sub prop, I'm probably staying away.
Yeah, probably wise. Demon Slayer first.
Demon Slayer. That is such a cool name, dude. Oh, I wish I'm JB. Imagine if I was JB Demonslayers. That'd be just so much more intimidating. Gotta
It's
come
a
up with a
great name.
nickname for myself here. All right, who we got? Trey Ogden versus Daniel Zellahuber. That's definitely wrong. I don't even know how to say that name. What the fuck is with this line though?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, JB. Zellhuber at -305. And this is another prelim. JB, I'll go out, refill my beer, pass straight up, all around. No pick, no bet.
I like it. I thought Trey Ogden had a better fucking competition, but he really hasn't fought anyone. So it's clearly
Mm,
Trey is not anything special. This guy is 12-0 that he's facing. His nickname is the Golden Boy.
yeah,
Such a lame
yeah.
nickname. Every fucking person's called the Golden Boy. He hasn't fought anybody. Contender Series guy. This is his first actual UFC fight. So here's my problem. Contender Series, your first fight, and you're -305.
Right,
I don't love
right.
it. And as I say that, there's a fight later on that's going to be worse than that, and I'm going to love. So I'm going to shut up and say no bet here.
Yeah, just don't. Just these are the things you got to stay away from, bro. Really.
All right. Luma Lukabumi versus
Hmm.
Denise Gomes. I want to bet Luma. I don't like her at -210, so probably a pass for me. Any thoughts here?
How about well, Luma by decision. I mean, that's how she wins fights. She's super, super short, incredible striker, fantastic Muay Thai. But in terms of the power, yeah, just I'm not sold. Very technical strikes could catch her with one and knock her out. But like Luma by decision, I like, and she's cashed before on that for me. So I'd be interested. I'd be interested to see what that prop is. But
It's currently
Denise,
only at
people are
-125, Joey.
what? Oh, really? That's it?
Yeah.
Not tasty enough, bro. Pass.
Not tasty.
Pass.
Not tasty enough. And not tasty enough because she lost to Angela Hill. I forgot about that. So this is definitely a pass for me. I don't know anything about Denise Gomes, but I know enough that if I look at her Topology page, I don't recognize any names. Oh, wait. Dude, this fucking fight card is ridiculous. Another Contender Series winner,
You're
first
right. Yeah,
UFC
yeah, yeah.
fight.
Yeah.
So she has no competition on her record. Pass. That's not even
Yeah.
wasting more time. Let's just pass.
Yeah. Move on.
I am not betting the Aspen lad Sarah McMahon fight, but I know you have you have some thoughts here, so I'll just let you run with that one.
I am 120% dedicated and committed to fading Aspen Lad. First of all, can you tell me why a 27-year-old is fighting a 41-year-old? Isn't that just on paper? There's something really wrong about that? It's not right. It's not right. Now, you might say, okay, well, obviously you bet on the 27-year-old. No, because that 27-year-old is Aspen Ladd. Aspen Ladd, I actually used to like when she first came out before her injury. But when I have watched her coming back after her injury, there are two things I fucking hate. One is her performance in the octagon. She looks horrible, horrible. And two, this girl thinks she's just too cool for school, bro. Her attitude at the press conferences, talking to the media. Now, look, I understand talking to the media must suck. Like walking through landmines and probably don't give a shit. Last thing you want to do, right? But where does this confidence come from with this girl? I understand she came out hot, dude. In her career, she won what, like I don't know, 7 in a row or something like that. Now, not all of them in the UFC, but I think her confidence at this point is so misplaced, and her performance in the octagon has really matched that. So, give me the 41-year-old Sarah McMahon. Why? Well, she's fought women like Juliana Pena, right?
Mhm.
Marion Renault, Ketlin Vieira. Those are her last 3 losses. Okay, these
Mhm.
are real women's MMA fighters, right?
Mhm.
Aspen Ladd is not a real women's MMA fighter. I thought she was going to be. I really did. But man, I am so committed to fading her. Give me Sarah McMahon that dog money, but I'm going to wait this out, JB, because man, did the people love some Aspen Ladd. Let the money pour in, get Aspen up to -170, 180 or something stupid. And then boom, Sarah McMahon by decision. I think that's where I'm leaning, but I am so committed to fading Aspen Ladd. I am on the Sarah McMahon train here, JB.
I like it. Potentially tail you there. I'm gonna try to do something here, and I don't know if it's gonna work or not. So bear with me here a little bit.
Mm.
That's Sarah McMahon that you see
Oh,
right now, right?
yep.
That's a UFC fighter, right? Like you look at that,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're like, that's a UFC fighter.
She's scrapped.
How you bet on that? How? Like, no disrespect. She's in better shape than I am. Holy fuck. Like, the way she's holding her hands is not intimidating whatsoever.
I know, JB, but this is the thing. Look at the filter of the soft glow and gloss and the makeup, and she's so young and cute. She's easy to get behind, bro, right? But again, it's why I love this fucking sport. None of that shit matters. Lock the octagon. We'll see what she's made of. I've seen what she's made of. I'm out.
Yeah, I definitely am with you after looking at that picture. But
Dude, nice job with the tech, man. Is
like
that the
that,
first
man?
time
Yeah,
is that the first time we've shared a screen?
Yeah, I was literally so panicked. I'm like,
Wow.
what am I sharing right now?
Dude, well done, brother. Well done, man.
All right, Trevin Giles versus Cosi. You go first. You go first on this because I think I know what I want to do, and I don't think you're gonna like it. But let me hear what your thoughts are.
Oh, Trevin Giles, man. Look, he has lost his last 2 fights by KO. One of them against my boy, Dricus Duplessis, who I like a lot. Michael Morales, he got caught for sure. This is his comeback fight, brother. This is Trevin Giles' comeback fight. Before those 2 losses, his last 2 losses by KO, the dude was on a tear. I do think that this guy, I think he's got a spot. You know, I think he's got a spot in the rankings, bro. I think this is his comeback fight. I'm going to take him here. I don't know. I think minus 210 is a little too chalky for a guy who's got KO'd in his last 2 fights. But my pick certainly here is Trevin Giles. Now, why am I not going to like your take on this, JB?
Because, well, again, you know what I want to bet on is this fight card kind of sucks, but it's got the best nicknames on the fight. This one's the problem versus the monster. I mean, come on,
Yeah, it's true.
Let's just call it it is. Cosi at plus 180 facing someone who's on a pretty bad skid is somewhat tasty to me. Now, what I don't like is because I keep going back against myself, right? This is a contender series guy whose only fight that not in the contender series was a loss.
Right.
And now he's fighting Trevin Giles, who's on a skid. So is the UFC serving Giles this guy up on a platter to get back on a win streak? Potentially. When someone's on that bad of a losing streak, it's hard for me to take him. So this is either a dog or pass for me. So I won't be stealing your Giles pick, but I'm probably going to stay away from it at this point completely.
Sure. I mean, it's worth mentioning, the guy that Mr. Cosi he lost to, Sasha Palatinikov, is no longer in the UFC. So he had 1 fight in the UFC, Louis Cosi, and he lost to a guy who's no longer in the UFC. Don't disrespect Trevin Giles like that, bro. Come on.
All right. Fair point. I like it. You might have just convinced me, but probably a pass. So, let's call it a pass.
Fair enough.
All right. Damon Jackson versus Patsabatini. Patsabatini, correct me if I'm wrong here, Joey, is a former CES guy, like going way back, I think. So
did he used to be in CES? Yeah,
he did. Yeah, way back when. Like I'm talking like 2018 time frame, I think.
Oh, it's not that long ago. All right.
Hey, he's got some wins. He's got some wins against Damon Blackshear. I don't know if you remember that.
Hey-o.
Our boy Damon.
Yeah.
Listen, I like him minus 180. I don't know. Kind of potentially taking him by sub. Most of his fights end up submission, so potentially you'll look at the sub prop for him. You got any thoughts on this?
No, I do like Sabatini as well, and you are correct. A former CES fighter. Yeah. So
CES,
yeah,
hit us up, sponsor us. We gotta get some sponsors. CES, let's go.
I agree.
Pat Sullivan, let's go here.
Yeah. Hey, look, CES fighter by default. I'm riding with Pat Sabatini. CES. Hey, come on. We are loyal, dedicated fans over here in Boston Brews Bets, man. Hook us up.
Pat Sabatini win by sub is plus 400. So that is tasty. That is tasty enough for me to touch that.
I'm just saying, Damon Jackson, I do like him, man. He's a tough guy. But I can't go against CES, yeah.
No.
Do you know what Damon Jackson's nickname is?
No. Did I miss a good nickname?
Nah, the Leech. He's another The Leech, but from the US.
That's lame. It's lame. Moving on.
We got
Anthony Hernandez versus Marc Andre. Canadian fighter. You faded him? What are you doing here?
No, I'm actually gonna take him. I'm actually gonna take him. I think it's a fight. By take him, I mean pick him. Okay. Anthony Hernandez, I believe that's Fluffy, isn't it? Anthony Hernandez.
Weak nickname. Weak.
Oh, look, you know what? I'm gonna leave it at that, JB. His nickname is fucking Fluffy. I'm fading him. Pick Marc-Andre.
I like it. I was definitely, that was my original pick. The only thought I had was Hernandez has only got 2 losses, one of which is to Kevin Holland. It's kind of fair. And he has beaten Brendan Allen, who I know Brendan Allen's done anything amazing, but I'm a huge Brendan Allen fan. So that kind of made me second guess myself here. Marc-Andre, he beat Jordan Wright. Okay. I think my picks, I'm going to go Marc-Andre, I think. Oh, Power Bar. That's a pretty cool fucking nickname. Marc-Andre Power Bar. Probably going to pick him. What about fight does not go the distance? Because Marc-Andre's got some power and Anthony Hernandez is a submission guy. So fight does not go the distance might be the play here, actually, to be honest with you.
It's actually not bad. Yeah. Marc-Andre, bunch of KOs on the record. Has been to decision, but he's also been knocked out himself. He's never been submitted. So Anthony Hernandez, Mr. Fluffy, would be the first to do it. It's interesting. It's almost like Fluffy by sub or Marc-Andre by KO. Either way, doesn't go the distance. Not bad. Not bad, JB.
So it doesn't go the distance as minus 165. I just want to see, because you got me thinking now with this whole DraftKings does that stupid thing where you can say, well, this fighter by this method or this fighter by that method.
Might get some plus money on that, huh?
I don't know if that Marc-Andre by KO, Anthony Hernandez by sub is minus 125. So if you think that's the only way, it's not. I mean, the fight does not go the distance is minus 165. Is Marc-Andre going to submit him? Probably not. Is Anthony going to KO him? No. So you do minus 125? Probably not.
No,
but just
not tasty enough.
Not tasty enough.
It's not, man. So pass. I'm gonna watch this one.
Pass. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a good fight, but pass on it betting wise.
Exactly. Refill the beers for the main card.
Dude, how many beers are you having? Like you said, you're gonna be refilling the beers. Like fucking, we're like.
Oh no. Well, I mean, look, it's just I'm creating some imagery for the listeners, bro. Come on.
Oh man, I definitely skipped a fight here. What am I? Oh, were we on the main card?
Didn't.
We're on the main card.
Yeah,
right?
We're cruising to the main card. That's why we refilled our beers. You're not seeing the images I'm seeing. You're not getting my imagery, bro.
Tanner Monster versus was this Nacimiento?
Nacimiento. Yeah.
Dude,
hey, you want to talk about nicknames, JB? Let's go. The Bulldozer, Tanner Bosa versus Yogi Bear. Rodrigo Nacimiento.
The way you changed the inflection of your voice made that, by the way.
That's a bit odd, but I don't know. You got any takes on this one?
No. I want to take Tanner.
I knew it. I feel like you're a Tanner Bosa guy at heart.
I am.
I feel
he could be my boy if you were going to say that.
I wasn't going to say it, but I feel it.
If I take him though, probably by KO. I don't know. He might be one of those like violence parlays or something like that. Take him by KO, someone else by KO, and call it a day. But yeah, I take Tanner here.
Yeah. No, he did KO OSP. That's a feat, you know. Yeah. But in the end here, of course, Tanner Bosa, the Bulldozer, does have a bit of Canada in him. I'm going with Rodrigo Nacimiento. I think what's interesting to me is the submissions, right? Out of 8 wins, Rodrigo's got 6 by sub, right? These are big boys here. Tanner Bosa, he's been submitted twice. He's performed 2 submissions. Yeah, wow, man. He's got 2 subs. I need to rethink this, man. For some reason with Tanner Bosa, I just think he's like
a bulldozer.
I wasn't gonna say bulldozer, but just like a guy who is gonna come at you swinging. Just a guy who just is down for a good slugfest, aka the Bulldozer. So I don't know, man. My initial thought was Rodrigo Nacimiento by sub because that's how he wins, right? But I don't know, man. The more I just think about the bulldozer, the more I lean towards him. Either way, what are the odds here? We got minus 165. It's the favorite, Rodrigo, plus 140. What would he be by sub is my only question.
Let's take a look here. It's the benefit of
Because
recording on Wednesday.
to be honest, JB, that to me is tempting. That is tempting for me to take a stab at.
So Tanner by KO is plus 130. Nacimiento by sub is plus 300.
And see, that is something I'm interested in. For real. That is something I am interested in. I think for me, Rodrigo Nacimiento is an up-and-coming guy, 8-1, 29. He's his best years are ahead of him, I believe. Tanner Boza, I think his best years are behind him. So that plus 300, I might dabble in that, JB.
We might have to call this one the shoey bet. I'm not there yet. Nacimiento only has one win in the UFC.
Agreed. That's what I mean. Up and coming.
Yeah.
Young buck against the old bull.
Yeah.
Even
Might be a
though there's
shoey
only
bet. I don't know. I think we're on opposite ends here. We'll see how it plays
We
out.
might be. All right. Okay. I'm open to it.
All right. Again, correct me if I'm wrong here. Joseph Pfeiffer, CES guy?
He actually was, man. I know this for a fact. You know why?
Why?
I had to know more about this guy when his nickname is Body Bags with a Z at the end.
Dude, such an awesome nickname. Punchless brought this up too. When they said that, I'm like, that is the best nickname on the face of the earth.
Oh, dude, I was drawn to it. I'm glad Dale saw that as well. I mean, when you see it, I got to know about the guy. And that's when you see, boom, CES, former CES fighter back in 2018. Great year for CES, apparently. So, I mean, look, what else is there to say? His opponent, Alan Amadovsky. So I like cool. He's from Macedonia, 34, a little bit older. When I look at his last 3 fights, he has lost them all, been finished 2 of the 3, right? So, you know, when you're going to show me a guy without many recognizable names because they were all outside of the UFC, his wins, this is a guy who got to the UFC, his first fight, lost a decision. Second fight, got knocked out. Third fight, got submitted. And now you're going to give him Body Bags? Are you kidding me, bro? No, it just doesn't work like that. So in terms of the odds, okay. Apparently the Vegas agrees. Body Bags is looking pretty at minus 435. Therefore, what are you going to do, JB? What are you going to do? I can't have fun with that, minus 435.
So you can't. But here's what we're going to do. So one thing I like to point out is Dana White fucking loves Pfeiffer. I don't normally watch the Dana White Contender Series, like, Monday Night Football, Tuesday, Dana White. It's too much. So I don't normally watch it. I did watch a replay of Pfeiffer's when he won the contract. Dana White literally screamed, if you want a contract, be more like Joseph Pfeiffer. Be more like Joseph Pfeiffer. He's the only one that had a contract on that series because he was so disappointed at everyone else's performance. Pfeiffer KO'd the guy, like beat the shit out of him.
Wow. Love it.
What I was going to do, and again, I was listening to the punch list. They had Pfeiffer at plus 100 by KO. This is probably us being stuck with just a New Hampshire sports book with no competition. Our Pfeiffer by KO is minus 165.
Really?
Plus 100 was enough to kind of locks potentially. Minus 165, not doing it. What I am going to do is Pfeiffer by KO, Tanner by KO, and Mark Andre by KO, and a little KO parlay.
Oh, KOP.
What's that going to do? If I do this real quick.
Oh, that is aggressive. That is very aggressive. Nothing
KO
like a
parlay.
KO parlay to get the blood going, man.
KO parlay for the 3 fights in a row plus 1285. That's tasty. That's pretty tasty.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it, JP. I don't actually. Not only do I not hate it, I'm starting to like it.
So that's my pick. Otherwise, can't play it, to your point, minus 435. Dana White Contender Series guy. I'm not laying that money for that. But KO, a little parlay piece, I could say.
Yeah, I'm JB. I'm gonna look at that round 1 KO for Pfeiffer. Amadovsky's been finished his last 2 fights in the first round. I'm interested in that round 1 KO prop for Pfeiffer.
Let's take a quick look here.
Take a little look-see for me.
Take a little look-see. Minus 110.
No, you son of a bitch. How are you gonna tell me he was by KO for plus 100 at one point in time?
Oh no, he probably is. This is the problem when a sports book has a fucking monopoly on you. You can't line shop.
Son of a bitch. I want nothing to do with it. Fuck this shit, dude.
Minus 110 to finish someone round 1 KO.
In the first round, what kind of madness is that? Do I have to pick a goddamn second in the first round for it to happen? I've done it before. I'll do it again. I will do it again.
So aggressive. All right. You take the next fight because you have a take that's worked out so well for us in the past. So why don't you take this next fight?
Well, hey, Andre Touchy-Feely, JB, when I was in Vegas for International Fight Week over the summer.
Pause. What's his nickname?
Andre Touchy-Feely.
Touchy, as in like you're touching someone.
It's wordplay, bro. Touchy-Feely. You see what he did?
Oh,
you did. So much. The guy's got confidence, bro. Let's start there. This guy has confidence. Why? He's dangerous. So he has no problem saying, hey, guys, guess what? I, from this point on, am Andre Touchy-Feely. If you don't like it, let's scrap, dude. It's a true story, true history of Andre. He told me when I met him. It was actually where I was going with this whole thing, bro. I did actually get to meet this guy. They set up, these booths and whatever, and you wait fucking 2.5 hours in line to get up to, a set of 4 or 5 booths. And Andre Feely was one of the guys there, and pretty cool guy, very kind of quiet, kind of got that, I don't know, you can tell the dude's dangerous. He's not, very extroverted, but look, let's talk about him as a fighter, man. I've been a fan of this guy watching him fight. He's an exciting dude to watch. But here's the thing, man. So he's going against Bill Algeo, right? Senor Perfect. Here's my take on this. I was on the Andre Touchy-Feely train, bro. But you want to know something? Touchy-Feely's last fight, he got knocked out by Joanderson Brito. Okay? You look at Senor Perfecto in Bill Algeo. You know his last fight? Herbert Burns knocked him out.
No.
It was.
No. The Topology is
What are you talking about?
Exhaustion from damage.
Oh, dude, you know what I see? I'm looking at Sure Dog, bro. TKO and then in parentheses, retirement.
No. This is why I gotta get you on. I gotta get you on the Topology train because there literally is nothing worse than having a loss because of exhaustion on your record. Herbert Burns win exhaustion from damage. That has to be the worst thing on the face of the earth.
I was just gonna ask you, JB, what's worse? Exhaustion by damage or TKO parentheses retirement? But I think exhaustion by damage is.
I mean, exhaustion is like you took a nap in the fucking ring.
Look, and it's by damage. So you got your ass kicked so bad that you became exhausted and okay, enough. Look, let's scrap that whole Herbert Burns fight because what I was getting at is the fight right before that. Bill Algeo, you know what he did? He beat Joanderson Brito by unanimous decision. All right? Joanderson Brito knocked Andre Feely out. I don't feel good about the Andre Feely train. I feel bad. I feel not confident with the pick. So I'm going to stay away from it because I don't trust Bill Algeo either. I don't know, JB. I'm torn here. What do you think?
I'm going Senor Perfecto, simply because I know Billy A. I did win money on the Herbert Burns fight, exhaustion from damage. I'm a little biased. Your boy Touchy, his last win was against Charles Jourdain. Do we need to go down the road of our thoughts on Charles Jourdain?
We do not. No, we do not. Okay, fair enough.
Let's move on. My pick's Billy A. It sounds like you're going on Touchy-Feely. We'll see if it actually makes it on a card. I feel like this might be a popcorn fight.
Could be.
This next fight is Bang Bang versus RoboCop. What to do? What are your thoughts?
RoboCop, big fan, man. Big fan. His last fight, when he knocked out Julian Marquez, there are certain, when you're watching, UFC and you're watching somebody who you really haven't seen before, haven't even heard of really, and you watch them and they just impress you, like with their aggression, their technique, their ability to just destroy somebody. RoboCop kind of gave me that vibe when he was fighting Julian Marquez, and I thought Julian Marquez I thought he was an up-and-coming guy. I thought he'd continue to win and maybe eventually crack the rankings, but RoboCop destroyed him in the first round. Destroyed him as a true RoboCop would. So for that reason, I remember that feeling when he did it. I am on RoboCop on this one. Give me Rodriguez. When I look at the odds, plus 105, dog money, I will take that money line, and I'm even interested here to take a look at the finish by RoboCop. I am, because you look at Chitty Bang Bang, right? He's lost 7 times. In 6 of those times, he has been finished. 3 by KO, 3 by sub. So I think RoboCop by finish. That's my take.
All right. I am also a big fan of RoboCop, so I don't want that to get lost here. But Chitty Bang Bang, man, give me him by KO. What I want to see, what is fight does not go the distance in this
For
one?
sure. Good call.
Minus 250. Yeah, this fight ain't going the
course.
distance.
Of course.
So yeah, I think my play is going to be Chitty Bang Bang by KO. We'll see if the line moves a little bit. I think when this fight opened, it was a pick'em, so it was minus 110, minus 110, and there's been a little bit of money on Chitty. So we'll see where it lands out, but right now I'm thinking KO, or I think we both agree this is not going to go to the judges' scorecard, which probably means it's going to. So if you're listening, bet that and tell fuck us. So Sandhagen versus Song Yadong. I think my pick is Song Yadong simply because he's plus 160 versus minus 190. I think this probably should be a pick'em type fight.
Yeah.
What I was very confused on was fight does not go to decision, or does not go the distance, whatever the fucking right thing is. No is plus 110. So Vegas thinks this is going to go to the judges' scorecards.
Yeah. I guess I kind of
5 rounds? 5 rounds, these two?
Yeah, that's right. For a 5-rounder, anything can happen, bro. Anything can happen. I don't know. They're both very technical, good defense on both sides. I'm looking forward to this fight, man. I want to lean towards Corey just because I think Corey belongs in the top 5. I think he belongs fighting for belts. I think that's just who he's become. The dude is solid mentally. He's in a good spot, even having dropped his last couple, I think, right? Yeah, Jan and Dillashaw.
Well, yeah, but I mean, the Jan fight was a legit loss. The Dillashaw fight, again, I bet Dillashaw, so I won some money on that, but there was some serious controversy who won.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So I think the dude is strong enough mentally to shake it and come back to scrap. But at the same time, Song Yadong, he's been up and coming for a while. He beat my boy Casey Kenny, which, I love. He's I think it's going to be a great fight. For me, I am going to stay away from this. If anything, man, do we just hope for some violence here and say it doesn't go?
I was going to say, I think this card, for me at least, and I think you're on the same page, there's nothing on here that is going to be a max unit play for me, a big unit play. It's all going to be some sprinkle parlays. Let's get some fighters tied into each other. I am thinking of putting a couple large units on this fight does not go the distance at plus 110. I think that's a pretty good fucking line for 5 rounds of 2 guys that want to beat the shit out of each other. Corey is durable. Jan couldn't finish him.
Yeah.
Dillashaw couldn't finish him. And those were 2 5-round fights as well. So I'm hoping for violence. I think that's going to be my play here. Maybe it's not as big as I want it to be, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
I like it. Yeah, I like it. Good fight, though. I'm looking forward to this one.
All right. So what's that mean? We're rolling right into week 2.
What does that mean? We got some NFL? Oh, yeah. Oh
boy. Let's hope this is a better week than last week here for the brand. All right.
Yeah. Week 1 was wild, dude.
Week one was very wild. I will preface here: these lines keep fucking changing. These were what they were as of this afternoon. If they're different, oh well, go on DraftKings and check out what they are. Chargers at the Chiefs, Thursday Night Football. I think the Chargers are legit. I think the Chiefs looked unstoppable. I think the Chargers actually had a real opponent, where the Chiefs really didn't. I think Arizona's not as good as I was hoping they were. I think Chiefs cover. Not going to bet the spread. I am going to take the over-under at 54, though. I think this is a points game. Love the points. Let's get some points. Points on Thursday night.
Love it. I love the over in this situation as well, JB. I'm going to ride with you on that one. I think the key here is back to Arrowhead, man. that place is going to be rocking in KC. I mean, look, I'm not a huge Mahomes guy, but he's a need Tyreek Hill. I think that was made clear in week 1. It's just it's an offense it's going to keep going, right? I think the Chargers are going to have a good season, but I don't think they take this. And I think KC covers as well, -4. So there'll be some action on this one, JB. I think KC covers the spread, and I love me some points for that over.
Yeah, it's a good pick. I do think KC covers. What makes me nervous is it's +4. What if KC wins by a field goal? We saw so much weird shit last week that's the only reason. I do think KC wins the game. They did look unstoppable. Whereas the over is just so much easier to root for, especially on Thursday night when there's only one game on. You just root for fucking touchdowns.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
All right, I'm just double checking this line. That looks right. So what do you got? Miami at Baltimore. Much to my dismay, Miami beat the Patriots. I do think it is more so the Patriots secondary looked terrible. I think that touchdown right before the end of the half was completely in the Patriots, not so much the Dolphins being good. Mac Jones fumbles, and they walk in the end zone. So Miami is still, in my mind, not that good. Baltimore destroyed the Jets. The Jets are terrible. So where do I go from here? This is Baltimore's make it or prove it to me game. If they knock the shit out of Miami, which they should, in my opinion, I think they should be more than -3.5 here.
Yep.
It solidifies my opinion that Miami is not that good and Baltimore is legit. So I do like Baltimore -3.5 here in Baltimore. I'm probably going to make that a parlay piece. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know about parlay piece, but for me, I am going to pick Baltimore here. Home game, I think, it was against the Jets where they put a beat down on display last week. But for me, JB, this is going to be very telling for Miami. On the road against Lamar Jackson, I think J.K. Dobbins is planning to suit up, man. He'll be back for the Ravens. So I think Baltimore is going to take this. But I'll tell you what, if Miami comes out and beats the Ravens on the road, then we got to have another conversation about the Dolphins, you and me. All right?
I will agree with that. Again, they beat the Pats. So I have very little ground to stand on. The ground I have to stand on was he either hit fucking Tyreek Hill for a fucking amazing pass or he threw it in the fucking ground. I still am not sold on Tua. If they had a decent quarterback, I'd actually be sold on Miami.
Yeah, I hear you. All right, well, let's see how they do. I got the Ravens. I think they cover that spread as well. Don't know about the parlay. We'll see.
Cleveland against the Jets. Cleveland -6, over and under 39.5. Well, that's a low over under. I do think it's set appropriately. I do like Cleveland here at -6. I really do. I think the Jets are that bad. Cleveland did beat what I do think is a better Carolina team. They kind of shut down Baker and Christian McCaffrey. I'm going to take the Browns here at -6. Not going to touch the over under, but I do like the Browns -6.
I do as well, JB. You know what the difference is for me, man? I liked what I saw from the dual threat of Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. I thought that worked, man. They both look damn good, and the defense looked good as well. They're not a bad team, the Browns. You know who's a bad team? You know who's a bad team?
Jets.
The New York Jets. What is Flacco going to start again? Yippee.
I don't know.
Like, what the fuck,
what are they doing? Like, the guy was supposedly could have gone, but they were like, oh, Flacco had all the reps, so we're going to go with him. Fucking Flacco.
I don't know, bro. I don't care. Cleveland covers at -6, and I think the Jets are in for another long-ass season.
Yep. No, I agree with you. The only thing I will say that you said Cleveland is not a bad team. Athletic, they are not bad. They are terrible human beings on that team.
Oh, sure. That's an important clarification. Very important clarification.
They do have Deshaun Watson, who appears to be a rapist. They did sign a punter who also appears to be a rapist. And Kareem Hunt, correct me if I'm wrong, did beat the shit out of his wife, if I remember correctly. So,
did that happen as well?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Most of them mixing up running backs beating the shit out of their wife because there were a lot of them.
There were a few, quite a few actually.
Yeah. So, because I'm pretty sure that's why he was. That's why I think that's why the Chiefs dumped his ass.
Okay.
So, athletically talented, they are scumbags. Let's be very clear on that.
All right, good clarification. Thank you, sir.
Washington at Detroit. Detroit -1.5. I'm loving Detroit at -1.5. I know I am a fader of the Washington football team, but I love the Lions at -1.5. What do you got?
Can we just make a deal that we will never call them the Commanders? Can we make a deal right here, right now? They will always be the Washington football team.
I won't even say that name because I refuse to acknowledge that that's their name. So they are the football team for the rest of my life.
I love it, bro. I'll tell you what, I am looking forward to this game because you got two teams that are thought to be the bullshit of the league that came out week one and scrapped, dude. I love that, man. I was not expecting the football team to have a performance whatsoever. I was not expecting Carson Wentz to be the talk of the town, bro. Talk of the league, streamer this, waiver wire that, dude. Was not expecting that. And they got some talent, the Washington football team, man. So I'm looking forward to this at home in Detroit. I tell you what, those home fans respect the team that fights back and scraps. So I think they bring it at home and kind of just give Carson Wentz and the gang a little bit of a reality check. That's what I think as well. -1.5, take it. Take it all day, brother. I like it. So this to me could very well be a parlay piece, but I don't know. We'll see.
Love it. Love it. Indy at Jacksonville. Indy's getting -4. I'm staying away from this game. They need to remove the nickname Matty Ice from Matt Ryan because he is anything but that.
Sure.
They look terrible. I don't know what they were doing. I don't know if they just got frazzled. I'm staying away from Indianapolis until they can show me that they're doing something. So this is going to be a pass for me. Any thoughts?
I could not agree more, JB. I am on the same page as you, sir. Indy's got to show something, even against Jacksonville. Something. Fucking tie the Texans in week one. Get the fuck out of here. Meanwhile, Jacksonville, I think they're going to improve as the season goes on and on. Trevor Lawrence is going to get better rapport with his weapons, let's say, but not. Normally, I would slam Indy here, but after their week one performance, fucking forget it. Show me something.
Like it. Like it. Next one's an easy one. Tampa. Tom Brady's still Tom Brady. The Saints barely got out of Atlanta alive, right?
Yeah.
I think they have talent on New Orleans. I'm not sold on Winston. I know a lot of people are. It's Tom Brady -3. Take it. Probably a parlay piece, probably a straight up piece for me.
Surprised with that line, man. -3. I'll take that all day. I guess the thing is, like, without Godwin, how much does the confidence drop? Like you
Oh,
said, at
real
the end
time
of the
update.
day,
I'm literally looking at DraftKings. It just
what do you
dropped to
got?
-2.5.
Is that right?
Literally, it flashed on
Slam
the
it.
screen and was like, update -2.5.
Slam that shit, man. Because I think if one thing we know about Tom Brady, the surrounding cast does not always matter. So if Godwin doesn't suit up, I'm not sweating it. -2.5, take it, brother. Take it.
Yep. I'm gonna check real quick because I still don't believe this.
Yeah, that's very suspect, bro. Very suspect.
Nope, that's right. All right. So Carolina dogs against the Giants, 2.5 points. I'm staying away. The Giants shouldn't have beat the Titans. Carolina shouldn't have lost to the Browns. No, I want to take Carolina money line here because they're the better team, but no, until Carolina proves something, pass.
How do you bet? Yeah, how do you bet on this, bro? How could you bet on this? I mean, no, stay far away. Look, I'm interested to see what do the Giants got? Was that a week one fluke? Is Saquon Barkley gonna fucking bring it this season? Does Carolina have anything? Do they have anything to show? I don't know. Looking forward to seeing how this one plays out, but I have nothing to do with this.
What about this? Similar, didn't hit last week, but the same game parlay here. McCaffrey and Barkley. I mean, I did it with Henry and Barkley.
Oh,
Henry's not
both
the
getting
one
in
who
the end
didn't pan
zone?
out. Yeah, so you do
Double
a same game
TDs? Yeah.
parlay, 2 running back TDs, and then take both their overs and rushing yards. Again, when I did it it was like a massive juice. It was like plus 5,000.
I'd be very interested in seeing that because I really like the sound of that, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at that. I like that. I like that. But otherwise, staying away from the game. Maybe a same game parlay piece here.
Sure.
I don't know what to say about this next one. The spread has been updated. So the Patriots are actually 2-point favorites against the Steelers. Now,
Is that
just
right?
to correct everyone here, the Steelers beat the defending AFC champions, and the Patriots lost to the Dolphins. I don't understand this line. There is potential that Mac Jones does not play in this game.
Right.
Now I know Pittsburgh lost TJ Watt, it sounds like, for the season. Najee Harris might be banged up. My heart is betting New England. My heart wants to slam the New England Patriots at -1. I'm not touching this game. Show me something, Mac Jones. Prove me wrong. Call me out for not doing this. But until that happens, I'm not betting it.
All right, can you help me out for a sec here, man? Can you help me understand how the Pats are -1 if Mac Jones is at risk of not playing after a week 1 that the Steelers had against the Bengals? Can you help me understand this line?
I can't. I don't. The Steelers are not good. Their quarterback is Mitch Trubisky.
Sure, I get it. Yeah,
So
I
one
get
could
it.
argue their backup, the Patriots, is just good. I don't understand it. I
Well,
do think
Najee Harris is good to go, bro. He's gonna play.
he's good. He's good. All
Yeah,
right. TJ Watt. I mean, the fact he's out, does that move the
that's
line that
tough.
much?
I shouldn't. I mean, it's a blow to the defense for sure, but I mean, I'm struggling with this one, JB. I don't want to bet against the Pats for the second week in a row, bro. But look, you're gonna give me the Steelers plus money? Like what? I don't know, man. At home? Come on, the towel's flying.
Yeah, I don't even don't. Those terrible towels are the fucking lamest thing on the face of the earth.
Oh, it's confusing, bro.
How
I
many
got to think
points
about this
did
one.
that Steelers Bengals game was a high scoring game, right?
Well, it was a 23-20, was it? Let me check. Yeah, you got 23-20. Steelers won. So
So I have the over under here at 41. It has dropped to 40. I mean, the Pats
here's the
defense ain't
thing.
exactly stopping anyone this year.
Yeah, but that's the Steelers D shined in that game, bro. Made Joe Burrow look like a fucking clown.
TJ Watt's out.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Look, I got to think about this one. I'm very confused looking at this line. Very confused. I'm
I was
very
too. I
tempted.
literally typed it in before this, and I was like, "That can't be right." I'll check it right before we go live. Checked it again. I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it's right," and then I just checked it right before I clicked it because I was like, "That can't be right."
Yeah.
It's not right because it's -2 now, which makes even fucking less sense than the -1. So, let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah. This is getting wild.
Atlanta plus 10.5 against the Rams at LA. Staying away from it. The Rams look so terrible now. Was that because the Bills are so good? Probably, but I want to prove that the Rams aren't that bad yet. So when you're favored by 10.5, you got to have a better performance than they did last Thursday night. So this is a pass for me.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah, you're spot on, JB. You're spot on. Nothing to add. It's a pass. -10.5. No. If we were talking, -6.5, -7, maybe I'll dabble because Atlanta's up to their same old bullshit with blowing leads. But yeah, the Rams they gotta snap back into it, man, and they need more weapons than Cooper Kupp. Like they need to get Van Jefferson or somebody back. Stafford, they gotta do something, man. That was a pretty poor showing for the returning Super Bowl champs, man. So nah, pass.
Agreed. So this next one, the ticker does not have the line because I did this on Monday during the game, and Seattle was obviously playing, so the lines weren't set.
Yeah.
According to DraftKings right now, Seattle is plus 8.5 against the 49ers. Over under is at 41.5. Potential sprinkle piece. Seattle plus 310 against San Fran. Just take them straight money line.
Money
San
line
Fran,
is plus 310.
yeah. Now, I know everyone's going to say, oh, the San Fran game was a complete, rainstorm. That's what did it. It's fucking
I
football.
was just gonna say that. Yeah, I was just gonna go there.
It's football. It's football. There's snow. There's fucking rain. You play them both. It doesn't matter. You win or lose. I haven't been sold on San Fran all preseason. I haven't been sold on San Fran. I thought Seattle was going to be one of the worst teams in the league this year. I'm on the Geno Smith hype train. I'm on it. I'm on it. They wear those fucking neon fucking green uniforms again. Let's go. Geno Smith MVP is like plus 8,000. Just saying. All right. So, but until that, to get that money to bet that, let's take Seattle plus 310 money line as a little sprinkle piece. Make the 4:00 games a little interesting.
Dude, I'm pretty sure we were ragging on Geno Smith pretty hard last week, man. I'm pretty sure of it.
Was total 180 on the guy. That guy's got, dude, his comeback when they're like, what do you have to say? He's like, well, people wrote me off, but I didn't write back. What? Dude, come on. That is such an awesome comeback. I could sit there and I'd be like, people wrote me off, but I'm here. Like, how he had to have that like in his back pocket for that. That was so cool.
Dude, that quote's got to blow up, man. I want to see that on walls, on memes, on everything. That's some boss shit, man. But look, for this is when I think San Francisco comes back, man. I don't think they're going to suck this year. I think Seattle played very well at home. Very impressed with Geno Smith, man. Very impressed. They did take some losses on defense there. I mean, I'm interested to see how long Geno plays at that level. I don't think, even with Elijah Mitchell out of the picture, I don't think San Francisco is going to go 0-2 on the air. I don't. I'm going to take the Niners here. Now, the odds, damn, at +3 something. That's tempting on Seattle, man. I can't. Wow, that is tempting, JB.
Yeah.
Oh, man, don't make me join you on this. The one
Do
thing
it.
I'm going to get into here, if we talk about same game parlays, I think with Elijah Mitchell out, Debo Samuel is going to put up some serious yards, rushing and passing. So that's something I'm going to be looking at for sure. But yeah, oof. My pick is San Fran. It's going to be, but let's see. Let's see what Seattle brings.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. This next one, I feel like I'm going to put in a parlay. Cincy -7 at Dallas. I know Cincy didn't look good against the Steelers. Burrow threw 4 interceptions. He's not going to do that again, in my opinion. And Dallas is without Dak Prescott. I think Cincy could make this a fucking runaway game very quickly. I don't like the over because simply I don't know if Dallas is going to be able to get in the end zone without Dak, and they couldn't get in the end zone with Dak last week. So Cincy -7, I think is pretty safe. I would love to see it at 6.5, but it's currently at 7.5 is a live updated line. So still like it. Probably going to take it. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think Cincy lets loose here. I think they had some cobwebs to shake out last week. They did. Dallas is going down quick. I'm telling you, man. I heard something about them potentially signing like Cam Newton or some bullshit.
I heard Colin Kaepernick, which he's been talking about for like fucking 4 years now.
Oh, that would be hilarious, dude. No, I think the Bengals take it, man. I think they take this one, and I think Dallas is in serious trouble. You want to lean on Zeke Elliott to try and pound the rock in the absence of Dak? Go ahead. He is going to break down real quick. That guy, that overworked poor son of a bitch. I mean, that's what I think is going to happen. And then, Tony Pollard will fill the shoes. But like, I love seeing the Cowboys fail, man. And I'm going to love seeing Cincy blow them out. I'm taking them. I'll take him at -7, maybe even an alternate spread -10. I'm on Cincy here. Parlay. Let's see what shakes out here.
I like it. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Oh, let's ride. I was thinking of that when they got beat by the Hawks, man. I was thinking, what a horrible. I hate that you sent that to me. I hated watching it.
I hated his press conference afterwards. He is such a dud of a human being, Russell Wilson. Good guy, but just not someone you'd want to be a leader. Again, don't have this on the screen because did this on Monday when the game was live. Houston's +10, Broncos -10, over under 45. Stay away. Stay far away. Denver looked terrible. Is Seattle that good? Is Seattle that bad? Who knows? Houston tied, who's supposed to be the good Colts this year. I stay away from this game until you see a little bit more on each one of these teams. What are your thoughts?
I might even take Houston. When you say you don't know if Denver was that bad, Hawks are that good. Denver had what? Double-digit amount of penalties over the course of the night. The coach is looking like a clown with some of the calls they made. Like that is a preseason team, right? Which just shows when you don't let your starters play at all in the preseason. What's the result? What you saw against the Seahawks. That's the result. It was a horrible performance all around. And if you look at Houston, they played motivated, bro. They played motivated. Yeah, I was clowning them as I should have last week. However, I don't know. Yeah, +10, I might dabble in that. Mostly, it's a combination of both. I think Houston, they came to play week 1, and if they come to play week 2, they're going to come to play against a team that's still in the preseason, bro. So if you give me +10, what is it, +10, +10.5? I'm going to take it probably either way, but I think subconsciously, I just hate that Broncos country let's ride thing, which I know is going to be on the Jumbotron because that's at home. So I think that's pushing me more towards Houston, to be brutally honest with you.
I take Houston plus the points. Maybe you do like a parlay and you just like throw that extra one on. So you do like, 14 parlay and they're your 5th and just like, fuck it. Yeah. Sprinkle a little bit more, make them my 5th.
Juice it up.
But yeah, not terrible. Not terrible. This next one, I think Vegas wins. I think Vegas wins by more than a touchdown. It's in Vegas. I want to take the over-under, but Arizona looks so bad. I don't know if they're going to get in the end zone. I do think Vegas is that good. Vegas -5.5. I'm checking. They are still at -5.5. That's a parlay piece for me. What are your thoughts?
I want to see both. I want to see more out of both teams. More out of both. Yeah, Arizona looked like shit. I honestly thought Vegas, I thought they might even take it against the Chargers, and I didn't. Josh Jacobs got to show me more. Just got to show me more all around, man. So I'm looking to see one of these teams show their true colors and sell me. I'm gonna stay away from this one.
I agree with that. I can see that. I'm somewhat really sold on Vegas, and I don't know why. Even though they lost the Chargers, I'm really sold on them still. But
As a
we'll see.
team, or just because it's Vegas?
It's probably a little bit of both. The new stadium, the new it's a sexy fucking team. It's a
Yeah, it
sexy
is.
fucking
It
team.
is, man. It is.
Chicago +10 at Green Bay over under 43. This is a stay away game for me. Green Bay should absolutely beat the living shit out of them, specifically as not showing up last week. But again,
Yes,
Aaron Rodgers is without his weapons. Where is Devontae Adams? He's in
I know.
Vegas. He doesn't know what he's doing over there. So
I know.
this is going to be. I want to see Green Bay smokes them, and it's like 35-0. I'm back on Green Bay. That doesn't happen. Aaron Rodgers should have probably retired at that point. Yeah, maybe should have retired before Tom Brady. Just gonna say what it is.
Yeah, dude. I never would have guessed I'd be saying that I want to stay away from this as well. Like in week one, I would say
Yeah.
Green Bay slaughterfest.
Oh
But
yeah.
guess what, man? Chicago played with hot Justin Fields. Look okay, man. The dude was out there showing some creativity. So, like, no, I just didn't see it from Green Bay. And holy shit, the frustration from Aaron Rodgers. Like, you gotta say, like, when you have an old wily vet like Rodgers pissed off after a week like that, I think the team's gonna rally around that at home against a Bears team they should beat, man. But no, man, week 2 again. Show me something.
Yeah, and again, I'm not sold on him. Justin Fields, like doing the belly flop in the rain, sliding down. I'm
No,
like,
yeah, no.
I'm not a fan of him, but that's something a badass quarterback does. That's not someone
Oh,
who's like,
no. Yeah, but come on, you gotta have more accomplishments to do that shit,
I,
man. Come
I, I
on.
hear you, I hear you, I hear you, I hear you.
Mm.
Tennessee
Oh,
at
oh,
Buffalo.
here's your survivor team, JB.
God, I'm never gonna live this down. Buffalo is going to destroy the Tennessee Titans. Am I
Yeah,
going to take them at -10? No, I am not. 10
I
points
might.
is too many points. It's too many points. Too many
Mm,
points. They're
mm.
probably going to win 35-0. I'm not taking them at -10. Teaser to get them down under 7 potential, but otherwise not touching them. Like to point out, this is your first of 2 Monday Night Football games next week.
That's okay. That is great to point out. It's actually where I was going to start. So you know why I'm taking the Bills at -10? You know why? Bills
Bills Mafia.
Mafia
Yeah.
has an
Yeah.
entire day to tailgate. An entire day. And then the gates will open and the Mafia, drunk as fuck, will enter that stadium and just cause a ruckus, dude. And they're going to feed off that. And I think you're looking at a Tennessee team that, I don't know what hopes they had for this season, but those hopes were shattered week 1. And I think they're just going to cave, bro. I'm going to take the Bills at -10. I will.
It's not, again, I do not like the Bills. Bills Mafia is so fucking cool. They literally took over
It is,
LA
man.
on Thursday night. Like,
Yeah.
bars were so smart that like bars that would be like Rams bars would change it and say this is a Buffalo Bills bar. And it was packed.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Rams
love it, man.
fans, nowhere, because LA doesn't have real fans anywhere. Let's just call it what it
Of
is. LA
course.
is not a fan based city.
No, not at all.
If Buffalo wasn't in the AFC East, I would root so goddamn hard for them to win a Super Bowl, to be
Yeah.
honest with you.
It's a good
But
point. It's a good point.
as a diehard Patriots fan, I hope they never, ever, 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 ever win one in my lifetime.
Yeah. I do like that you admit that they are extremely likable. And the fan base, bunch of blue collar, beer drinking, football loving sons of bitches. Love to see it, man. Love it.
To be clear, their fan base is likable. I still don't like their team.
Fair enough. I'll take that.
Okay. Moving on, because we are very over.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit.
Minnesota at Philly. Philly -1.5. I know our thoughts on Philly. I'm big on Philly too. Minnesota looked pretty damn good against
They
Green
did.
Bay.
Yeah,
Is
they
Green Bay
did.
that good? Is Minnesota that bad? Philly played a tight
Other
game
other way
against them.
around, bro. You mixed it up. Is Green Bay
Right.
that bad?
Yeah.
Is Minnesota that good?
Or is Philadelphia that good? Or
Boom.
is Detroit that bad? Or I mixed it up again. Fuck, whiskey. Anyway.
Well, no. That time it was correct.
No, Philly barely beat Detroit. So is Philly that bad?
Oh, I see. I thought their
Or is
offense
Detroit
looked
that good?
so good, man. I thought their offense looked damn good. And
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Well, look, wires are getting crossed here in the late hours. Wires are getting crossed. But can I jump? Hey, JB, can I just jump in and say, I love me some Philadelphia Eagles this season. I love me some Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown connections. I love it all day. And what I love is, dude, I think this year is when Jalen Hurts really puts the fucking team on his back and takes him to the playoffs and beyond, man. And I love that the guy has to be respected by defenses. And you know what I loved in the week 1, bro? He just handed it off to Boston Scott, right? Handed off to Miles Sanders. I mean, they got weapons, bro, on offense. I really like that. And yeah, the Vikings look good, but I'll tell you what, Eagles at home -1.5. Yeah, I'm taking it, bro.
Don't hate it. Don't hate it at all. So as we were sitting here, because that was the last game of the week, right? Yep. I did do a little parlay here. Tampa Bay -2.5, Baltimore Ravens -3.5, Detroit Lions -1.5, Cincinnati Bengals -7.5, Raiders -5.5. 5-team parlay +2439. Sign me up.
Oh, tasty.
And you know what I'm going to do on top of that?
What?
7-point teaser. So you take all those teams that are favorites, you make them dogs. You give them points. You give them 7 points.
Oh, Jesus.
So Tampa Bay +4.5, Ravens +3.5, Lions +5.5, Cincinnati, basically pick them. They have to win by 0.5. Raiders +1.5. That's a +320. So you say you put whatever you're going to bet on that parlay, also on the teaser. So if your parlay loses, you're still up on the teaser. I like this a lot. I like this a lot.
Huh, JB, that is some logic I can get down with. I've never been big into the teaser game, but when you put it like that, damn. The only thing I don't know about there is that that Vegas Cardinals game. I don't know, but do you, JB? I like it.
I like it. All right, we are running over, so I am just going to run through some college games really quick here.
Oh yeah, speed round.
UConn at Michigan. Michigan -47. When someone is favored by 47 points,
holy shit,
and the over/under is only at 60, you take the over. Michigan covered the over last week. They're going to cover the over again this week. They may do it by themselves. Love the over. Buffalo, Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina -14, over/under 59. Like the over/under. Don't love it. Got to see what I can find about that one. California at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's -10.5. Well, Cal is not good. Notre Dame has done nothing this season.
Hey, they covered that +17 spread, didn't they?
They did, but they still lost. I don't know. +10.5 for them for what they've done is pretty outrageous to me. What I'm wondering is that over/under at 41 is super low.
Yes. Good eye.
Even for 2 defensive teams. So I think that over/under is going to hit. So that's probably an overplay for
me. Like it.
Tulane at Kansas State -14. Don't love the spread. Love the over/under at 47. You can see where this is going. I love me some points.
Points.
Colorado at Minnesota. Minnesota -27.5. Over/under 46.5. Again, when the spread is 27.5 and the over/under is only 46. Let's see. The spread's going to hit and the over's going to hit.
Smash, bro.
BYU against Oregon. I don't know if I'm going to touch this. I will say I'm very excited to watch this game. Number 12 versus number 25. Oregon has to win this to stay relevant. Like number 25 is you are at basically the end of it. You're either going to become ranked or unranked. Why Oregon is favored, I don't know. BYU money line is a potential play. Over/under is a potential money line play here.
Just how do you have any confidence in Oregon? How do you?
That's my point. Like they went up 3 points that fucking first game, and they're favored by 3.5.
Oh God, I just don't know. Don't see it. Don't get it. Get me out of here.
Like it. Kansas at Houston -10. Don't love the spread. Love the over/under at 57. That's definitely going to hit. That may be a Boston Brews bets lock. I'm not lying.
Ooh.
That is going to be about 75 points scored in that game.
Oh, you confident? I like it.
I'm so fucking confident. We're getting some good mojo here going. All right, we got to stay positive. So that over/under is going to hit.
Lock it up.
Texas Tech, NC State favored -10. Over/under 55.5. Over/under, like it, don't love it. Potentially parlay piece.
All right.
Toledo at Ohio State -32. Over/under 61. Goes back to the theory. You are favored by 32 points. There's got to be 61 points scored in that game.
Sure.
Same theory as the next one. Akron at Tennessee. Tennessee is favored by 47.5 points.
Jesus.
Over/under is 67. There will be 67 points scored in that game if the spread.
47.5 points. My God.
This is why college football is so fucking absurd.
How do they make these matchups, man?
But like, who's sitting there in Vegas being like, I don't know, is it 45.5
Right,
or is it 46.5? It's like, it's a fucking blowout. Who cares?
God damn it.
Arkansas State at Memphis. Memphis is -14, over under 65. Again, like the over, don't love it. South Florida at Florida, -24, over under 59. I actually don't like the 24 spread just because I think it's a Florida rivalry game, but over under 59 I think might hit.
Yeah, okay.
Miami at Texas A&M. The wrong team is favored here. Number 13 is an underdog.
Yeah.
Texas A&M lost to someone they were not supposed to last week. I want to say it was Appalachian State, but I could be wrong. Potential Miami money line play here. Over under at 45 for two top 25 teams. I think it's pretty low, so probably over play here as well.
Yeah.
San Diego State at Utah. Utah -21. Don't love the spread. Over under 49. More so like it because it's like a 10 o'clock game. So if you really need something to stay alive, let's just start watching football at 10 p.m. and just start really going at it here.
Yeah, I like that. I love that. I love that.
So the method here is going to be it's going to be points going forward here. Like there might be a couple money line shots, but I'm basically going to only be focusing on points. We got away. We're doing a little too much spread parlay in my action. So we're just doing points parlay. We're going to do a points parlay and a super points parlay. I haven't figured out who's in each one, but that's going to be the college football plays going forward.
Love it, JB. What was the lock again? The one that you said, yeah, I think there was a 75-point claim or something to that nature.
Kansas at Houston. Over under is only at 57. Lock it.
One, yeah.
Lock it up.
Got it. Understood.
We don't have a lot coming up because we got a lot of gambling to do with football, UFC, and all this other shit. What we are going to do is go to Foxwoods and check out the DraftKings Sportsbook on October 1st. So DraftKings, we're coming for you. I'm going to tag you. Maybe, bring your Boston Brews bets koozie if you take care of us.
That's it. Bait him. Bait him with the koozie, JB.
That's all I got. We are super long today, Joey. We are an hour and 23 minutes currently. So we're going to try to cut it down. But I think we had to talk a lot about week one, a lot about UFC. I don't have too much more to say other than the picks. We're going to probably mess around with the format a little bit. I think we're going to do some sort of Google Doc, Excel sheet, start tracking picks. It's way too hard to start tracking this shit on Instagram and all that with the fucking posts. And quite frankly, there's not a website that I really have found yet that I like to trust it. So more changes coming there. Otherwise, you got any final thoughts there, Joey?
No, we're still, like you said, we're still figuring this thing out. What's most important is even on a day like today, like JB, you and I were like, Jesus Christ, work kicked my ass. What the fuck? Gotta do this and that. And it's like, hey, fucking log in. Turn the goddamn mic on. Pour yourself a glass or two. Don't care if you prepared anything. Don't care if we even know the agenda, which is why we've been talking for about an hour and a half, right? This is the whole point of the podcast, man. Shoot the shit, have a good time, drink some shit, talk about betting, man. So we'll figure it out to make things more efficient in the future, right? But for now, JB, hey, it's been a pleasure, man.
As always, been a pleasure. And it's been a little rough patch here for gambling wise, but you know what? We got that philosophy. You got to stay positive. So
stay positive, baby.
Stay positive out there, baby. And we'll see you next week.
Peace.